who was the founder of the ABC, had a baby boy born in Bladder, Exler at Travis Air Force Base in California. And of course, they looked at him in the nursery and they said, well, we don't know if it's a boy or girl. Well, you know, well, that was great. So he was talking to one of the orthopedic surgeons there, named Dr. Craig, Major Craig Butler, who happened to be one of Dr. Sponseller's former residents. And Dr. Sponseller, he told Jeff, he said, well, I don't know, but he said, I think Dr. Sponseller knows something about this at Johns Hopkins. So I guess when you're a colonel in the Air Force and you're a doctor in the Air Force, you can find a jet. And so suddenly the next afternoon, this baby arrived in Baltimore on an Air Force jet. And Jeff and his wife, Catherine, who are lovely people, said, you know, they looked around, there weren't really many family resources for people with Exstrophy around the country, around the world. And they took it as their mantra to start an organization with some other very great parents. We're going to start the ABC, and we're going to have a group, and now the internet, this has fostered a great international organization, not just a national organization. And it's truly the resource in the world for parents in India or South America, wherever. And I get emails from these parents all the time saying we discovered more information from ABC than anywhere else in the world on Bladder, actually. So this is a wonderful organization. I urge you to support it with your good thoughts, your contributions, and Pamela's taken on her mantra to help expand Bladder, actually, and the ABC community in a major way. So Pam, please. And many of the kids have already eaten, so there's no hurry.
Great, thank you. Yeah, I know that I am standing between all of you and lunch, so I will keep it brief. Thank you, Dr. Gearhart, for the introduction. I was asked by Tom Exler to take on the leadership role of the Association of Bladder Exstrophy. And the first thing we are doing is really looking at how do we enhance our mission. So we really have honed in on our new mission statement to enhance the lives of all those affected by Bladder Exstrophy through education, research, advocacy, and collaborative care. And I know that for the last day and a half, we've heard a lot about the research and education and the advocacy and the care that has gone on here at Johns Hopkins. And the Bladder ABC Association would like to expand that out into the rest of the community, as Dr. Gearhart had said, around the United States and around the globe. So you're going to see a new site. ABC was dormant for a couple of years, and we are now revitalizing the organization with new leadership and a new team. And just to share a little bit about myself, I came to the Bladder Exstrophy journey through the adoption of my little girl. And I know a lot of you have talked the last couple of days about going through your pregnancy and the birth of your child. This is the first picture I saw of my daughter. She was 4.5 years old. She had been in an orphanage in rural China. She was abandoned at a train station at the age of 2. She had 1, possibly 2 failed repairs while in China, and had a prolapsed bladder when I picked her up in December of 2009. I think if anyone in the room has gone through the adoption journey, I had probably the fastest adoption journey on record. Through the help of Dr. Richard Grady out of Seattle Children's, he and I wrote letters all the way to the top of the CCAA and the UCIS, and we expedited this little girl in 5 months to the day. And if anyone knows the adoption journey, that was amazing. I came from the airport and I took a taxi to Children's Hospital. Dr. Grady came out of surgery with Dr. Kit Song and spent the afternoon and evening with us. And 2 months later, she went through full repair. So, and she's here today. As you see her running around, she's now a very healthy, well-adjusted 7-year-old girl with an adopted little sister. So that is my story as a parent. I also come from a nonprofit background. A year and a half ago, I left the corporate sector. I wanted to serve the nonprofit community in some way, and I went to Duke University and got the Nonprofit Leadership Management Certificate, and really want to spend my time focusing and serving the public. And I felt that the Bladder Exstrophy community was the best place that I could serve. We have a lot of members on our new leadership team of our board and staff today. We've got Tom Exler, which I think most of you, if not all of you, know. He has decided and graciously stayed on as vice president of the association to help me through this transition and moving this new organization forward. Dr. Nagoza, as Dr. Gerhardt had mentioned, is still on the board, and he is a wonderful financial contributor as well as a contributor through his educational resources, and he will be helping us move forward. I also want to make mention to Andrew Bradshaw. Is he still in the room? There, Andrew, if you would stand up, please. Andrew is a bladder exstrophy patient and a medical student, and he has graciously offered to come on board as our communications director. So you will see blogs and newsletters in the coming months and hopefully years as we go through this transition. He will be helping us as well. As I mentioned, the first thing I wanted to put together is a medical advisory board. All of you in the room here have the expertise of the Johns Hopkins group. Not all parents are that fortunate to be patients here. So I wanted to put together a board of esteemed doctors that would help drive this organization forward. And as you know, we have two in the room here. Dr. Gerhardt and Dr. Matthews have both agreed to stay on and join us in our medical advisory board. We also have, as most of you know, these are the world-leading pediatric urologists across really the globe that have stepped forward to dedicate and volunteer their time and expertise to our association. So I want to give them a round of applause. What you will see, have any of you been members of ABC in the past? When was the last time you've looked at the website?
Over 2 years ago.
Well, it hasn't changed since 2008. We do now have a new website. Over the last couple of months, I took on this role in March, and the first thing I did was update the website. And so you will see new resources, more updated information. It's going to be easier to find these parental resources. As I've mentioned, we've compiled a medical advisory board. We will start in September doing webcasts for parents. Dr. Ganoza is going to provide his production studio in Wisconsin, and we will be interviewing doctors and medical experts on a monthly basis to give you educational information in regards to the conditions that our families are living with. We have also compiled a committee, and we're updating the Living with Bladder Exstrophy manual. So I think that everyone's going to be really happy about that, and I very much look forward to anyone else that wants to volunteer on that committee. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in that regard. As I mentioned, Andrew will be doing monthly newsletters and blogs, so there will be new and updated information on a monthly basis. We also look to put together regional support groups, more informal ad hoc parent support groups that will allow all of us to really grow and become a community together. One of the things that we have been asked to do in the surveys, and when people keep asking, when are we going to have another conference? Well, now that we've got the team together, we will be putting together a conference in 2014, so we will be sharing more information as that starts to come together. I'm also working diligently to negotiate discounts for medical supply companies, as well as gaining corporate sponsorship and support. And so I'm going to track down Kimberly Clark. And a lot of companies really would like to come forward and support us, so I will be putting together some programs in that regards. And then working again with our advisory board, and especially here the team at Johns Hopkins, looking to secure research and program grants to fund our organization moving forward. Here's the new website. Please go take a look at it. It's really different from the one you had from 2008. We've added a much easier way to find out about the resources, and we will again be providing you with much more updated information. Just a couple of looks, just needed to show the new look and feel of our website. We also, as I'd mentioned, are going through some new funding strategies. We hope calling a membership dues at this time, really membership donations. We really need to make this organization sustainable again, and it's going to take a number of funding strategies to do that. In meeting with other nonprofit executives in the field, they have shared with me that the number one strength of an association membership is the members and the dues that you would be willing to share with us. And it really helps us when we're going after corporate sponsorships and grants to show that the people that we're serving believe in our association enough to support us in that way. So really appreciate any help that you can do in that aspect in becoming members and becoming involved so that we show strength in numbers when I go out to corporations and securing grants on our behalf. There's been some families that have done local fundraisers through their schools. We're securing company matching programs. If you have a matching program at the organization you work at, please let me know. I can work with their funders, their corporate executives to get us approved on the corporate matching program. We were just approved with GE, and we've been getting contributions from General Electric, and the GE Foundation has started matching those programs. I'm more than happy to go to anybody's organization to see how we can secure company matching programs through the companies you work for. And of course, any individual gifts are gratefully appreciated. And finally, get involved. It's going to take all of us to regrow this organization and make it as strong as it was. And through not only the family and individual support, but the professionals that have stepped up to help revitalize this. And volunteer, get involved with local support groups. There's campouts throughout the country. Coming here to the Hopkins picnics is a huge way to support this, not only the Hopkins and your family, but our organization as a whole. And if anyone wants to help with the conference that we'll be doing next year, please, now is the time that we need to start planning for that. And that's it. Any questions?